Yo, what's up guys, welcome back to another video. This is another reaction to something random as hell, and this popped up in my YouTube feed on my personal account like a few days ago, and I screenshotted it and I saved it and I was like, this seems like quite a fun sort of reaction to do. It seems a lot different to what I usually do, and I mean I don't fully know what to expect, because for all I really know about airports is like airport security in general is always quite high, whether they're checking your bags or whatever it is. I mean, I've never actually been to an airport, so I can't like base it off experience. But yeah, the title is "How Illegal Items Are Found and Destroyed at JFK Airport." Now I know this airport is one of the most famous ones in the world, I'm pretty sure, or one of the busiest ones, one of the two. And I mean, if you're one of the busiest airports or one of the most famous ones, whatever it is, your security is going to have to be high. And again, in New York, 'cause it says at New York City, yeah, so it's New York. It's going to be busy as hell in that airport, man. So I'm assuming the security again is going to be next level, and some of the things that they find are crazy. I'm going to guess, but again, we're going to learn about this through the video. And I mean, that's about it really. But let's get into it. So hopefully you're going to enjoy. Quick shout out to my Instagram, my Twitter, links in the description for those interested in following. Same for my Patreon, links all there for those interested. But let's get into this one. I mean, we're starting with some fruit. I'm assuming this is just nothing to do with it, but I could be wrong. Is it? I mean, maybe it's people trying to smuggle food in. Which I'm kind of like, what?
About 43,000 international travelers fly into New York's John F. Kennedy Airport every day. By passenger volume, it's the U.S.'s largest international airport of entry. And in just Terminal 4 alone, that equates to almost 1,000 bags an hour. And in those suitcases, there's a lot of stuff, some of which isn't allowed into the country, including 120 pounds of food per day. So
food? You're not allowed to bring food into the country? Is there some sort of law that I'm not aware of with like countries not allowing people to bring food from other countries? Maybe there's like substances in the food or something?
What happens to all those confiscated items anyway?
Wait. Why can't you bring food on Can I pack food in my checked luggage? Checked bags, yes. Solid food items, not liquids or gels, can be... So I guess it's just... too much food or what? I don't really know. I guess we're going to learn.
If you flew into JFK in the 90s, getting something into the US was a lot easier. But after 9/11, a conversation started about how to protect the country from dangerous foods, drugs, and people. And US Customs and Border Protection, as it's known today, was formed. You'll generally see two kinds of CBP officials at airports: officers like Steve and agriculture specialists like Ginger. Their job is to find, seize, and destroy millions of items each year that don't belong in the United States. It's a big job, and sometimes it requires a sidekick. A sidekick on 4 legs.
This is K9 Spike. Look, Spike. He is an 8-year-old Belgian Malinois. I've been his only handler from day one. He's trained in narcotics. During the duration of our career, probably seized over 400 different seizures.
CBP officials like Steve identify high-risk individuals trying to enter into the U.S., as well as drugs and firearms. And because these are such high stakes, dogs like Spike are trained in a special way, in what's called passive response, meaning if they sniff out drugs, they don't scratch, they don't...
Bro, dogs are crazy, man. Their smells are just ridiculous. They're so smart. I mean, it's crazy how they can sort of teach dogs to sort of smell out these things and act in a certain way, so you know. So I'm guessing it sits down when it knows a certain substance or a certain food's there, which...
don't bark, and they don't make a scene.
It's crazy.
They sit. And if they're right, the dog gets rewarded.
His reward is actually this toy right here. So he likes to play. So, hey, they're right. You like to play. You like to play. Yes, you do. Yes, you do. Let me see it. Let me see it. Here at the port, we've caught up to 16 keys of ecstasy recently.
Narcotics are then seized and sent to be incinerated. The incinerator's location is kept a secret as a matter of national security. Now, pretty much everyone knows that narcotics aren't allowed through US borders.
Which is
But
fair
actually,
enough.
drugs aren't the most commonly seized item at JFK. Food is. When a regular traveler arrives in the US, they're required to declare any food items they're bringing in, or face up to a $1,000 fine for the first offense. These items aren't taken because agents want to eat your yummy Spanish ham or Caribbean mangoes.
There's going to be something behind
Because
it, but
agents are responsible for protecting American agriculture from any foreign pests or diseases that could affect.
So kind of like with the fear that maybe the animals on the foods or whatever's in the foods, maybe there's going to be a little like, I don't know, I can't really explain it. A bug or what? I can't think of the word. Parasite. I don't know what to think, but like maybe that will attack the US ones and slowly it will sort of like take over. Maybe I don't really know, but I guess it's the case. And in that sense, it does make sense. But at the same time, you are gonna eat the food. But again, I don't truly know the science behind it, so maybe this is actually a really smart thing to do. I'm not too sure. But
Our livestock or crops.
it is crazy.
And that's where agricultural specialists like Ginger come in.
Everything gets destroyed to protect against that pest risk. We are protecting
Pests, that's
the
the
country's
word.
agricultural interests. We're protecting against bioterrorism, where someone could intentionally try to bring in items to wreak havoc in this country.
Foreign bugs hitchhiking in luggage have wreaked havoc in the US before. Florida's orange and grapefruit growers lost $2.9 billion from 2007 to 2014, thanks
days.
to the Asian citrus psyllid. And since being introduced into the US in the 90s, the Asian longhorn beetle has ravaged hardwood trees. Eradication efforts between 1997 and 2010 cost more than $373 million.
In our country, we go into the grocery store and the food is always there. We don't have to look at it for holes or check if it's got some disease on it. It always looks great. So we get kind of spoiled and we don't really understand the importance of protecting that.
In that
So
sense,
it's
it does make
crucial
sense.
that even a single stowaway orange is found and confiscated. But with 34 million annual international passengers to and from JFK, going through each of those bags can seem pretty impossible. For humans, that is. Luckily, they've got a little help from the Beagle Brigade. This four-legged officer is Biscuit, and like Spike, Biscuit is trained in passive response. But Biscuit's trained to sniff out food rather than drugs.
They actually learn. They start out with 5 target odors, and then over the years he'll expand, and they retire with sometimes like 150 odors that they know.
And Biscuit's pretty good at sniffing. These beagles have an estimated 90% accuracy rate.
Watching your dog sit on 3 grapes in a Samsonite hard-side suitcase is just incredible. Scientists say their nose is 1,000 times stronger than ours.
That's
And they
crazy,
prove it
man.
every single day.
Once Biscuit sniffs out an item, the passenger in question and their bags go to Ginger, who will x-ray and search the luggage.
Okay, these are both your bags, correct? Okay. Did you pack everything yourselves? You pack your bags yourself? Okay.
Ginger unzips the bag and searches each one by hand. And if she finds something that's not allowed, it's seized and held in temporary bins.
This is very common from that region. Once you open it all up, you have grape leaves. These are horse meat sausages. This is another very good example of what we get very frequently, especially in the springtime. This is a plant that they're planning on bringing here to grow. So anything for propagation has additional in-tray requirements. So this is 2 families worth from one flight.
JFK disposes of the contraband food in one of 2 ways, the grinder or the incinerator. Ginger will bag up the seized items and label them based on their final destination.
So we're gonna go walk this bin, nice and full from those 2 passengers, down to our contraband room.
This is the room where illicit food meets its end.
This looks so satisfying. I'm not even gonna lie.
This is our grinding machine. This is what we'll generally use for fruits, vegetables, that kind of commodities. It is called the Muffin Monster.
But before Ginger can send a piece of fruit down the muffin monster, she cuts it open, squishes it, and inspects it. She's looking for evidence of diseases, insertion points for insects, and exit points for larvae. If she finds a little bug, like this one, she neutralizes the pest risk and sends it to the U.S. Department of Agriculture for further investigation.
Wow.
Now it's back to the muffin monster.
There's a lot of stuff behind it, like small details, sending things off to like other companies or whatever to sort of research it. It's crazy, but I guess again, there's reasoning behind it, and the more I see this, the more it makes sense. As crazy as it sounds, it is a thing that, when you think about it, it's the right thing to do, right? But it's just weird. It is crazy how I never assumed this would be a thing. Because at the same time, you do get a lot of foods from other countries. Like a lot of the fruits here, obviously the UK or England does not grow fruits or does not grow the nicest fruits. It doesn't grow like mango or coconut or whatever. So it comes from other countries, but I guess maybe it's inspected already, it's cleaned or whatever. But obviously in this case, sometimes people are just trying to bring things in to try and cause havoc, which you saw the side effects can cause billions of pounds or billions of dollars of loss in revenue for people.
120 pounds of food are grinded up each day from arriving international passengers. Avocados, mangoes, and citrus are among the most common fruits that end up in the grinder.
We do get messy. It's important to dispose of it properly. I love to eat as much as everybody else. I'm a big fan of food, but I know the importance of making sure that what we seized because of established risks is disposed of properly to prevent it from causing problems.
So the next time you've got an orange tucked into your luggage, declare it and let experts like Ginger decide if it's admissible. And leave the Serrano ham in Spain, because Biscuit will find it.
I love dogs so much, man. Being allergic to dog is the biggest L in my life, man. I hate it so much. It's just not fair, man. Who else gets nervous when security inspect your luggage, but you don't actually have anything illegal? I mean, I've not even experienced that, so I can't even relate. I wonder if Ginger has destroyed any ginger. Imagine bringing him back 1,000 Japanese watermelon from your trip to Japan home only to find it. Bro, that would be depressing as hell, man. That'd be pure depression. Video, someone could bring you food and destroy our crops. Native Americans, are you kidding? I was thinking that when obviously the colonizers came to the US for the first time, they brought all these diseases, and I was thinking that, I didn't mention it, but I was thinking that it's kind of similar, but obviously to a different level. It's crazy, man. Wait, why is this coming up as a illegal mango smoothie search result? Just hide the food in your stomach. It breaks my heart looking at all those fruits getting destroyed. Watch me bring in drugs just so that dog will get rewarded. Any price you'll pay for the dog to be rewarded. Take over the team, I love it. Imagine you get arrested for importing drugs and the guy arresting you just starts playing with his dog. I mean, yeah. Why not, man? I mean, dogs are what you love to play with, right? That sounds mad, but hopefully you enjoyed this one. Again, random reaction, but I enjoyed it a lot. And I mean, if you want more reactions to videos like this or more reactions from this channel, I'll be down to do so. I mean, I see some of the suggested the rise and fall of Subway. I know Subway has fell off crazily recently, so that could be an interesting one. How the world's largest cruise ship makes 30,000 meals every day. And another random video that I feel like could be quite fun to watch. Just suggest what you want to see. But yeah, until next time, like, subscribe. Peace.